Welcome everyone to the Things Around 8. In this video we will talk about new weapons that have never been tested in war, and that Ukraine is using for the first time. Since the beginning of the conflict in Eastern Europe, the West has provided countless weapons that had never previously been used in combat, much less used against a great power nation like Russia. Systems like the German IRIS-T, a version of the ground-launched radar-guided missile against airborne systems, had never been tested in combat, and has proven effective in countless defenses against Russian missiles, drones, and rockets. Germany is one of the main nations supplying Kyiv with never-before-tested weapons and systems. Last week, it was announced that half a dozen radar systems will be delivered to Ukraine to bolster air defense capabilities as it faces repeated barrages of Russian drone and missile attacks. Moscow continued bombarding Ukraine's cities with drones and missiles, often targeting civilian infrastructure. With electrical installations and networks, this devastated civilian morale and left millions of people without electricity for long periods of time. The Ukrainian Air Force said its air defense units destroyed all the last barrages of Iranian-style Russian Shahed drones that Moscow launched overnight last Friday from Russia's Belgorod Oblast, which borders Russia. The country. Russia also attacked Ukraine with 4 terror-guided missiles, while drones attacked the eastern city of Kharkiv, damaging civilian infrastructure. To contain this type of air attack waves with drones, Ukraine cannot use its most technological and very expensive anti-aircraft systems, such as, for example, the Patriot systems. To achieve this, Ukraine must rely on low-layer systems, made up of state-of-the-art radars that have never before been tested in combat, but which add defeat value to the scarce. In other words, Ukraine is the West's war laboratory. German company Rheinsoldt will send 6 TRML-4D radars to Ukraine to strengthen air defense by the end of the year. This initiative is part of an aid package from Berlin worth more than 100 million euros. This type of radar can detect and track drones, low-flying cruise ships and aircraft, including helicopters, within a radius of up to 160 miles, about 250 kilometers. According to German government data, Berlin has so far sent 8 TRML-4D radars to Ukraine. The family of these radars encompasses the latest state-of-the-art C-band tactical radars. It also delivers UTMG band. These radars are made on branch nitride sensors and with ASA technology, with multiple digitally formed beams, designed for short and long-range surface-to-air detection and for weapons assignment, integrated with the IRIS-T launch system. The German government has also announced that it will send another Patriot-type air defense system to Ukraine as soon as possible, as more missiles are sent as part of the billion-dollar package from the United States. Patriot is an air defense system that employs MiG-164 Patriot missiles in different versions. Despite additional German assistance to Ukraine, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz has faced criticism from NATO allies and Ukraine itself for repeatedly refusing to send Taurus 350 long-range air-launched missiles, which Kyiv has been requesting for months, and believes that the war scenario must change. Scholz said its supply would draw Germany into direct conflict and require tactical assistance from Berlin, which runs counter to efforts by NATO members to contain the war in Ukraine. This is because the Ukrainians could use the missiles inside Russian territory. However, Berlin continued to be a key ally of Ukraine against Russian aggression, already delivering or setting aside 28 billion euros in military assistance. And the new announcement from the German government was not limited to just radars, it went further. The tranche announced last week includes at least 10 Marder combat vehicles, an air surveillance radar, as well as ammunition for the Leopard 2 main battle tanks. Marder vehicles are essential for infantry units during progressions in conjunction with mechanized cavalry forces, especially now that new financial and material contributions are being delivered to Ukraine to begin a new wave of counterattacks. The Marder is a tactical combat vehicle designed for use with infantry units in support of robust cavalry units in terrain that requires joint progression. This German assistance comes as Russian forces continue to gain momentum on the Eastern Front following the capture of Avdiivka, Noblesse of Donetsk. I highlighted days ago here on the channel the Russian preparations taking place behind the front lines of Luhansk Oblast in Belgorod, Russia. Most likely there will be a strong offensive in late May or early June against the Kharkiv regions. By dismantling Kharkiv's defense, the capital Kyiv becomes even more vulnerable. To try to restrain this Russian grouping from a major attack, Ukraine has been using Atkins long-range missiles against these formations, dismantling the commanders. Visibly, Moscow is trying to take advantage of Ukraine's ongoing material and labor shortages before the most needed resources enter Ukrainian borders. The new weapons should reduce the Russian attack space in the most critical areas of logistics, command and control, and electrical distribution stations, thus expanding Ukrainian defense beyond 250 kilometers in length. Thank you very much for watching the video. And now I invite you to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so we'll see you more often, and so you'll be up to date with everything that's happening.